Okay, folks, I promised you that I would come back and do part two once the stew was done. And I have Aunt Betty's bowl here that we got from her. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the finished product in the bowl and we're just going to look at that. Let me tell you something right now. The house smells intoxicating. It smells absolutely amazing. The sweet corn mingled so well with the catfish and the tomatoes to make the perfect broth. And I wound up doubling up the whole batch while this was boiling. Let's see, what time did it boil? This particular pan takes a few minutes to come to the boil. So it heated for maybe, I want to say a good 10 minutes before it actually boiled. But once it did come to the boil, it started boiling at 142 and it was done at 209. So it took about 27 minutes once it boiled. And unless you're using a big, thick, heavy pot like this, you're going to want to turn your heat down from full rolling boil to a medium high. Again, I've got this huge thick pan. I kept it on a full rolling boil the whole time. So if you've got a smaller pan and you're turning the heat down, it might take you a little bit longer. What you want to do is cook it until that fish is done. And after about 20 or 25 minutes, go ahead and take out a piece of the fish and feel it, feel if it feels done. You can tell. So the stew has been cooling for maybe 20 minutes at this point. That's about how long it took me to upload the first video. And we're using my computer for this, so I'm going to zoom you in. Here we go. Oh, isn't that gorgeous? Look at that beautiful pot of stew. You can see there's a little bit of a layer where it's been sitting for a few minutes, but you can see that velvety color. I'm going to go ahead and put this back down so I don't make you dizzy. And I'm going to scoop some of this into the bowl. So what I wound up with was 2 pounds of catfish, 2 cans of beans, a whole pound of the corn. I wound up throwing in another Roma tomato, so I had the equivalent of about 6 to 8 Roma tomatoes in there, 3 medium onions. I just covered it plus a little bit more, and then I put all the salt, pepper, and red pepper in it that I wanted. Now we're putting this into the bowl, and then I'm going to put a little bit of the broth in. I always make plenty of broth because my husband is crazy about broth. Theodore loves his broth. And you see it's heaping and steaming. Over here. Now I'm going to show you my reaction. This isn't the first bite I've taken of this because whenever I'm cooking something, I taste it as I go along to make sure it's good. If you don't taste it, if you don't have exact measurements, you don't know that it's going to taste right. But we see here in this spoon, here is a gorgeous bite full. I would love to just give you that, but I can't. I'm sorry. So I'm just going to have a little taste myself, and then I'll describe to you what I'm tasting. I seasoned it properly, but I didn't get any beans in that bite. I want a bite of bean. I just love it. But what happens with the tomatoes when you're cooking this is they give it a rich terracotta color broth. And you can use less water if you want it thicker. You can use more water if you want it thinner. The amazing thing about this is the whole thing freezes really well. So half of what I've made today is gonna go into the freezer. We'll eat this for a couple nights this week, and then we'll put the rest of it in the freezer. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I really hope that you have enjoyed my first couple of videos. And if you have any questions, you can certainly comment and let me, or just let me know what you think. If there is a food that you would like to see made, let me know also. Um, I've been studying this winter Victorian foods. I love British foods and some indigenous foods from the Americas. Uh, there are so many things that can be said about what pre contact food was like. Um, it was just basically whatever you grew. And the agricultural revolution had already happened before contact, so they were not only growing vegetables and they had their animals, but they were also growing cereal grains. And that was happening in other parts of the world as well. The food in the Americas revolutionized the food in the rest of the world because the tomatoes, the potatoes, the peppers, the cantaloupes, those things got taken overseas and changed the way people in other parts of the world cooked too. Um, so uh, I'll be making more videos and I hope to hear from you. You have a beautiful day and I hope you love my succotash and make it yours. And this is Eating at April's. Talk to you next time. Bye bye.